Hello everyone, today we have a, a wild deck build that I can't wait to explain to you guys. But before we do that, Twitch drops started a few minutes ago. We are live right now on twitch.tv/TLSG Snap. If you want to get your free Spider-Man 2099 variant, a few credit, a few boosters, join me at twitch.tv/TLSG Snap. I would absolutely love to have you. I'm going to be live for about 7 hours, and then I'm actually doing an overnight stream tonight as well. I would love for you guys to check it out and join me. And also with that, we hit our 1,000 sub goal on Twitch, and so that means that I am transitioning and making this into a full-time gig. We are going into full-time content creation between streams, between sponsors, between video revenue. That is going to be our way that we survive, that we eat. I'm so nervous, but so excited at the same time. You guys absolutely came through for me. I told my chat that if we reached the goal by or before October 1st, then I would go live every single day in October. And we smashed the goal out on 9:30 with a massive gifted sub to push us over the finish line. We are going to be going live at least for some duration every single day of October. And so I want to give you guys a huge thank you to everybody that popped over to watch, to send their Prime sub, to send a Tier 1 sub my way. It means a whole lot, and I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. And so from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see where this journey takes us. As far as the deck build, this one is a very interesting one. We have a Silver Surfer turn 7 dump deck. We're going to play very, very little up until the last turn. We're going to be able to play 7 3-cost cards on that final turn. And so that can be so surprising. Right now, while this deck is not super popular, it can still a lot of big cube games. Because if you are an opponent and you see Sera, you see Onslaught. For me, I'm thinking Living Tribunal. I'm not thinking whatever this is. And that is why it works. It has that big surprise element, at least for a little bit longer. So jump in on it early. It might change. But it is so impactful and relatively consistent. And so full disclosure, I did not create this deck. A player by the name of Splat absolutely steamrolled me for 8 cubes with it, popped into my chat on Twitch, and provided the deck link. And then while testing out their version, I got generated an auto-generated blink, which was so beneficial at sneaking out and making sure that you got Sera or Onslaught. Because with this deck, that is going to be your key to win. You need Sera, you need Onslaught, and then that enables you to flood. As long as you get those and they're uninterrupted, you pretty much win. And so if you don't draw those, it felt really bad. By adding in the blink, you can go wave into blink to cheat out an Onslaught, cheat out a Sera. If you go magic, you can go magic on 3, skip on 4, play Sera on 5, or play blink on 5 to rotate into whatever big card you don't have. And then finally, the first few games of this deck did not have Rogue, but I was getting countered super heavy by the creator of this deck. His name is Splat, and I had to copy what his change was, which his additional change was Rogue. The original version ran Swordmaster as a way to have that extra high power play, but Rogue can come in clutch so much more often that whenever it works, that is going to be the reason you won. Being able to steal their Null away, being able to steal a Sera, being able to steal whatever it is, an Ajax, a Madam Web, can give you those tools to win that you wouldn't be able to otherwise. And so Rogue is a huge asset here. Killmonger is fantastic. We have a lot of 1-costs floating around the game, and dropping Killmonger on the last turn along with your other sea of 3-cost cards is going to be a huge tempo swing for you. We have the primary ways of extending the game or getting our big discount cards out. We have Magic, we have Wave. Both of those can be used to cheat out an early Sera into an Onslaught, or if you don't have Sera but you do have Onslaught, you can cheat out an early Onslaught with Wave and then hope that you draw into Sera, or you're looking to play a card and then rotate to be able to pull into the Sera soon. And then in addition to that, it's just the strongest 3-cost cards we can have. We have Sage, fantastic last turn drop. If you don't have Sage, a Groot is going to be equally as good because you're going to drop it on the last turn. Most of the time, you can tell exactly where they're going to be playing their cards. We have the Silver Surfer. Since we're flooding with 3-cost cards, we might as well buff them all up. Hitmonkey, we're dropping 7 cards, so 6 of those will buff our Hitmonkey, bringing them up to about 15 to 17 if we have Surfer. Is crazy. Crazy amount of power that it pushes down. Killmonger, huge potential momentum swing. Gladiator is just great at the end of the game. Right now we have a lot of like small ball stuff like, I don't know, Agent Venom. If they drop Agent Venom, you know that Gladiator can take on anything in their deck. You don't have to have any kind of fear or worry that it's going to pull something that you can't handle. And then the final one, which is my favorite part of the deck, Strong Guy. Strong Guy in this deck is sneaky, sneaky strong. We already have the Onslaught down, so the Sera Onslaught. We drop Strong Guy into the Onslaught lane. He is 15 power immediately, which is craziness. We have the 15 power in Strong Guy. We have Hitmonkey that's going to be another 15 or so power. We have Rogue that's stealing a null away. We have Sage that is becoming about a 12 power resource herself, and it is just a wild ride. If you play this early, you're going to get a lot of big cubes. If you don't play it, you need to know about this deck so that you can see the lines lining up and know if you need to retreat so that you don't lose those big 4 and 8 cube matches, or maybe build a couple of tech pieces into it. This deck falls apart if you can't stack your Sera and your Onslaught. So something like a well-timed arrow can be really, really disruptive. Otherwise, if you get them down, it is very hard for the opponent to win from that point. We're going to go ahead and jump over into a couple of games. Thank you guys, as always, for being here. I hope you guys enjoy. Magical resource. Thinking about it. So, Sera, Onslaught, Blink. Then we have like 7 that we flood on last turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We do need the additional space. So I am going to go Magic in the left. And then probably skip on turn number 4. And then play Blink on 5 or Sera. If we draw into Sera, we'll play Sera instead. Or I guess we would cheat out the Onslaught that way, and then we would play Sera on 6. We have some options now. Now Vulture does get pretty big. It comes down to, can we beat 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Okay, so we either don't draw or we need to play a card. So I kind of feel like maybe we play a Creator. Is that crazy? Even though we plan on flipping it. Playing a Gladiator could potentially destroy their dagger. Maybe we pull an Goliath, and that's unfortunate, but
opponent snapped.
All right, let's Blink. And then we're gonna play Blink as well. Rotate into the Gladiator 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a 1 out of 3 of drawing into what we need next turn. And even then, it may not be enough, in all honesty. They can always position the Cosmo over. They can move the Cosmo left. It gets very mind-gamey, which is why I really dislike this deck that Hippo is playing. Maybe we can get the better of them. Maybe we can find that lucky flaw, the little chip in the armor. So the dagger into the Iron Fist into the dagger into Aranya to move back mid. No, back into mid. I think mid has already been. Yeah, Vulture got hit with that one. So Onslaught, we need Sera. The 1 out of 3. We're still alive. We have a chance. Maybe not a good one. Maybe not a great one. But we have a chance. We have our name in there, ready to go, seeing if we can do this thing. Let's go Sera here. Ideally, we draw Strong Guy next turn, because Strong Guy in the Onslaught lane is beautiful. If not, then it is what it is. We'll see where this goes. All right, so the Vulture move. What else do they play on us? We know the Goliath has already come down. No other card play. Interesting. Okay. We do get the Strong Guy, which is beautiful to see. That is a 15 power behemoth, which I love to see it. Now, the Sage becomes very questionable of if we can make it proc or not. We could go like Wordmaster, Wave, throw a Killmonger. In case they move the, they're never gonna move the Cosmo, right? But I think we split, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'd be 10 power. We have our own reveals spread all across America. Let's see what we can do. Let's lock it in. I'm not snapping back because this is a pretty formidable deck. It can do some pretty big things. Even a dagger shift over to the right could be deadly because then our Cosmo or our Sage is not going to do much in mid for us. They could have a Heimdall shift and shift Cosmo over to the left, which is why I'm considering doing the Sage here. But we'll see. The Heimdall, yeah, but he doesn't trigger. And so then Ghost Spider in the right lane. We have a Strong Guy coming in at the 15 power. We have Killmonger taking out the Ghost Spider, the Orania, the left lane. We have Sage, which is not going to trigger in mid because they did leave it there. But we may still beat mid with the Silver Surfer trigger. We have 30 in the right, 25 in mid, 26 and 0 in the left lane. We will grab the 4 cubes. And if he wasn't tilted before, I bet he is definitely tilted now. This is ridiculous. We'll take the 4. Let's jump over into the next one. All right, next up we have Blot, and we do get a second copy of a Hit Monkey. And so playing them both on the last turn after dropping 6 other cards alongside them is going to be about 15 power Hit Monkeys in multiple lanes. Now, that's assuming that we do get our Sera down, but we're feeling lucky. We do have the magic, so we could extend the game, wait to draw into the blink, rotate, but instead, we're just going to top deck it on turn 2. We have the entire beautiful combo here. We don't even have to, I guess we need to extend the game unless we get wave on 3. Otherwise, we do need the game to go to turn 7 for us. So Central Park clogs up a little bit of our space, but it's fine. We draw into the wave, so we don't even need the turn 7 here anymore. But good old Blot is going to turn us into a game number 7 or turn number 7, round 7. Anyways, we go wave, so now we can do the Sera after we do a big wave to everybody. So Sera, we play Onslaught next, and then Strong Guy is going to be a 15 power unit. Hit Monkey in another lane, 15 power. Hit Monkey in the third lane will be 15 power, and it's going to be an absolute force to be reckoned with. So we don't need the Limbo, but we've got it. So Super Scroll, okay, super interesting. We could potentially do a Rogue, random Rogue. For now, let's go ahead and go Onslaught. Their Super Scroll does not double up, so them having Onslaught here isn't going to double up the discount on Sera, so they'll still only have the single. Now, what I'm hoping is that they don't have an Enchantress. They don't have a Rogue, because they are running a counter of some sort. I'm hoping this is a Mr. Negative deck that just didn't hit Mr. Negative yet. If they do, like, Rogue this right lane away, we Rogue it right back. On 6, the Super Scroll into the Mystique, into the extra Mystique, all of their cards are free. It gives them energy for playing those cards. My goodness. We could steal 1 if we wanted to with Rogue. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go ahead and skip here. Can't believe all their cards are that free. They are that free 99. It is crazy. Let's go ahead and skip here. As long as we don't draw a blink, we're happy. But even if we do draw a blink, we get 6 cards that we can flood on the last turn. 2 of which being Hit Monkeys, 1 of which being Silver Surfer. So, my goodness, Blot. They could rip away Limbo and then just absolutely ruin our day. I hope not. But this is a lot of Super Scrolls. We don't have any other... I guess we have Strong Guy. Miss Marvel, okay. That is Jesus. That is 33 power. 33 power popping up in mid. Of the Miss Marvel. Whoa, look at this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 power from the Miss Marvel. You guys, it's marvelous. We're going to roll the dice. We're going to see if we can rip that away. That is a 1 out of 3 chance to rip it away. Even if we don't, then this gets discounted, or it kind of comes down a little bit. Let's go Hit Monkey, Hit Monkey. In case we don't hit the discount, I think double Hit Monkey. We go like Gladiator because this lane is very winnable. So Rogue, Gladiator, we go big time Sage in the right lane into big time Surfer in the left, and then we call it a day. see if we grab the 8 cubes or send it on over to Blot. The Iron Lad, what do we hit with it? Iron Man. Very scary. Are you going to have a 17th Mystique? The Leech. Leech coming down. That's okay. Can we get lucky with the Miss Marvel snipe? No, we do get the Mystique, but it does bring their mid down from 39 down to 19. Craziness. We get Iron Man in this left lane. Our hit monkeys are 13 power behemoths in mid. We have the Gladiator, we have the Iron Man, we have the Surfer coming down. We're not going to be able to win the right lane. That is okay. We will take the other 2, and we will grab the 8 cubes versus Blot. And that is what this deck is going to do because it is so unknown. It is such an unknown deck. Like, you see Sera, you see Onslaught, you think Living Tribunal, you think Iron Man, you think Mystique. But that is not what we're running for. We will take the 8 cubes. Let's jump over into the next one. All right, next up we have Null. The first location is Panopticon. They do have Deadpool, so they are going with a deck that would utilize Null. So maybe we can rogue and steal it away. That's going to be the goal of what we want to see. So Astro DM in the right. Let's go ahead and go Wave. And then on turn number 4, we can go Sera. And then turn number 5, maybe it's like... I
definitely need to change my underwear.
We go a Blink situation. We could also go just Blink onto the Wave. To turn it into Onslaught. And then just go naturally Sera on 4. I think that's going to be the play that we go with. It's a more guaranteed line for us. So Blink makes the Wave rotate into the guaranteed Onslaught. We do have Rogue, so if or where or when they play their death, we're here waiting. We're just waiting for it. Null. We're waiting for that Null to come down. And then the Wolverine finally bouncing into Space Throne is beautiful for us. We love to see it because that means that is that guaranteed amount of power that we need to be able to fight. So we get Wave, so we could extend the game, but we are not going to by any means. Let's go Sera. I almost want to snap into it, but I want to let this one play out. I want to see if I can snipe their Null and what that looks like. So we play out the Sera. They go Deadpool plus an Agent Venom. Okay, so they are not having that top end, so like no death to worry about. That is very, very good to know. But we also don't have priority. So this one would have to be like something like a Venom, I would imagine. I just can't see how they pull this one out. So a big Gladiator, a 15 power strong guy. I'll say that every single time we play it. And into a Rogue, into a Hit Monkey, Magic. Now we'll go Magic Surfer. So that's going to be plenty of power. I'm not going to snap into it, but I think we absolutely could. Because if they go Null, we're going to Rogue steal it away. we were just lying in wait. It was only 14 power, so we didn't need it, but it's still incredibly fun to see. We have the 15 power strong guy, which blows their Deadpool out of the water, and we will just sit here with a cheeky grin as we dominate the Destroy player. We will gladly take the 42-0, the 10-6, 32-16 domination. Jump over into the next one. All right, next up we have Magpie, the first location Asteroid M. We do have our Onslaught, we have our Blink, we just need a Magic, we need a Wave, and then we can guarantee that we get all of the discount that we need to flood and dump the Silver Surfer style stuff, the 3-cost cards, on the last turn of the game. So Hawkeye comes down, Forge comes down. Forge with the Hawkeye tells me that might be a lower collection level type of build. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need to play one card. Might as well make it Mr. Shaw. Then as we get Silver Surfer bonus, it's going to get an extra +2. Doesn't hurt that we do have the Silver Surfer. Let's go ahead and do that. We need, at this point, probably Magic would be best. They do get our Cable. We get Strong Guy, which is, he's strong, and he's a guy. strongest guy. Let's go Sage here, and then I'm going to rotate it into the deck and gamble that we pull it back. No, that's awful. That's a bad idea. Let's go ahead and go Killmonger, and then we'll rotate it with Blink so that we get the Sera discount, unless they used Cable and it pulled the Sera. We'll see. But Gladiator, woof. Let's go with the Blink. We might not be able to pull this one out. So they do hit Cable, so they are going to steal a second one. Whether it be Magic, Wave, Hit Monkey. Ooh, Magic is beautiful. If for some reason they have not gotten our Sera, we now have the keys to the castle. Beautiful. My goodness, the odds and the chances of that are so incredibly low. But Magpie does not realize how much they just stabbed themselves in the back by playing out that Magic. Unless they have something that rips it away and they were just playing those like next level mind games, they are in for a world of hurt. The Symbiote Spider-Man is big. Strong guy over here is almost equally as big, if not a little bit bigger. And then Sebastian Shaw does get pretty large as well. If they have any ongoing cards anywhere, we're going to steal them with Rogue. We have Sage, which is going to be some Sage advice for you guys. Sage is big. If you don't have it, you can replace it with Groot, but very, very big, very impactful, very fun. The Wave comes down, the Medusa, both pretty big. I'm guessing this is definitely a lower collection level deck with the Electra. But we still hit the ideal curve. Out of all the chances in the world, we were able to find a way to make it happen. So now, let's go like Hit Monkey, Gladiator, or Killmonger actually. Gladiator, I'll throw Rogue, Sage, which becomes 2, 3. Instead of the Rogue there, we'll go Gladiator, we'll go Rogue over here, we'll go the Sage now, so that's 2, 4, 6 at the very least, into Monger, into Surfer, into just breezing into the end part of this game. I don't think there's anything that they can do. They're not ready for what we're bringing them. They are running the Star-Lord, they're running Odin, so that's a big Odin at 10 power, which re-triggers Medusa, bringing that up to 8 power as well. So pretty formidable. But honestly, I think we're going to beat them in mid too. Like that's how ridiculous this deck gets. So Gladiator in the right. It's unfortunate, but Vibranium we pull out with Gladiator, so they keep that. We'll do you a solid. The Sage gets up to 8. Killmonger does what it can. It'll kill the 2 on the right, and then we have Surfer. So maybe I was wrong. We're not quite gonna win mid. Very, very close. We're gonna at least bring it into a tie. So we dominate left, dominate right, and we can tie mid. We'll grab the 2 cubes. I do think they're lower collection, and that's why we didn't pump on the gas and fully abuse it, but we'll still take the win where we can. Let's jump over into the next one. All right, you guys, we have the final boss battle, Splat. And Splat is actually the author of this deck. They're the creator, and we are just that muse through which they funneled that creative idea. And so they absolutely destroyed me for 8 cubes. I switched over to this deck. Later on, I got them back for 8 cubes. And then they have swindled me as I've been running their creation. They've been swindling me because they added this Rogue in, which originally at the start of the video, I did not have Rogue. Definitely much better in the place. Being able to have that like backup line is nice. So with the vault, it's not an issue. We can go Magic. It pulls over into mid. And then maybe we wait for the Blink play. Yeah, let's do that. And then we're going to fill up Nidavellir anyways. So we'll do Magic into Asteroid M. They do Magic into Asteroid M as well. And it's going to come down to who can get the best cards off, who can get the Rogue down. Because their Rogue did swindle it for me. I think it was 2 to 3 matches where they stole 4 cubes because of the Rogue play. And so, unfortunately, I don't have a great follow-up, so I think I'm just going to do maybe a Blink. But we could also do Wave to try to grab a priority over them so that maybe we can position a Rogue if they come down with something big. That's my thought process anyways. So we can rotate the wave out of the right lane if we need to. Yeah, we definitely need to. So we'll go with the good old blink. We'll lock in the blink play. We're going to rotate into Onslaught, into Sera, and praise that we get some good stuff. They could potentially, if they're playing really heads up and they think we have the rogue, they could play it into the vault to lock it in and protect it. But otherwise, we're all right. Is this the blink to change the magic? Okay. And then the Sera of their own. And we're the reason I'm not snapping is because the rogue choice in change was theirs. They absolutely took me by surprise with it on the ladder. And so I want to respect the fact that they absolutely dominated me with that idea. And don't take it for granted. Now, if they steal ours, we can play 3 next turn. So just in case, I'm going to do like a gladiator sage. We're going to take their Sera as well, though. And so if they don't go Sera, we can still flood and they won't be able to, which is good. Huge. I don't think they had rogue. And so we're going to take their Sera away. And that is where the Arsham point comes in, because they absolutely know that they destroyed me with that previously. We get magic back again, but it can't go off because of turn number 6. So Nidavellir remains. They are going to have a tough time flooding their cards with just the Onslaught. Now they can go, I mean, they could go Strong Guy, but they're not going to be able to do it. We finally get the best of Splat. Thank you for the idea for Rogue. It is beautiful. I love it. And that is where we're going to go ahead and end the video after beating the creator himself. We're going to go ahead and end it. Thank you guys, as always, for being here. This deck is a all-in, all or nothing, but it is so much fun. It is very much in line with those evil decks that I like to play. Thank you guys, as always, for being here. This has been TLSG. Later, guys.